Good morning, children. Chapter 1, Matter in our surroundings. So, what is matter? Anything that occupies space and have mass is called matter. For example, you can see in the picture here, you have gold bars, you have sea, you have clouds, and you have a rock. So, these are all made up of matter. Things which are not a matter: time, sound, sunlight, rainbow, love, thoughts, gravity, microwaves, heat, memories, information, reflections, magnetism. Everything that exists that can be classified as either a type of matter or a form of energy. So, just now what we have read or whatever listed above are not a matter. So, the concept of matter should be clear. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called as matter. Next, classification of matter. Early Indian philosophers classified in the form of 5 basic elements as air, earth, fire, sky, and water, called Panch Tattva. On the basis of the physical state, matter is classified as solids, liquids, and gases. On the basis of chemical composition, matter is classified as pure substances and mixtures. Pure substances may be elements or compounds. Mixture may be homogeneous mixtures or heterogeneous mixtures. Physical nature of matter. Matter is made up of particles. The particles of matter are very tiny. The particles of matter have space between them. The particles of matter are continuously moving. The particles of matter attract each other. So let us see each properties of matter separately. First property, matter is made up of particles, which we will have an activity. There is an illustration of matter is made up of particles. Over here, take some water in a beaker and note its level. Dissolve some salt or sugar in it with the help of a glass rod. The salt dissolved in the water, but the level of water does not change. This is because the particles of water get into the space between the particles of water. This shows that matter is made up of particles. That means it has some space in which water molecule have some space between them on which sugar particles get occupied. That's why the level of water will not rise. The particles of matter are very tiny. So this is the next property of matter we are going to see with an activity here. The particles of matter are very tiny. Here the illustration with an activity. Dissolve 2 to 3 crystals of potassium permanganate in 100 ml of water in a beaker. Take 10 ml of this solution and dissolve in 100 ml of water. Take 100 ml of this solution and dissolve in 100 ml of water. Repeat this process 5 to 6 times. This shows that a few crystals of potassium permanganate can color a large volume of water because there are millions of tiny particles in each crystal. So this activity clarifies the concept of that the particles of matter are very tiny. Even if we dilute the solution of potassium permanganate, there will be some amount of particles of potassium permanganate which will give color to water. This shows they are very tiny. Third property is the particles of matter have space between them. So again there is an activity to illustrate. Take some water in a beaker and note its level. Now we will see third property of particles of matter. The particles of matter have space between them. Now again you will see an activity here. Take some water in a beaker and note its level, dissolve some salt or sugar in it with the help of a glass rod. The salt dissolves in the water, but the level of water does not change. This is because the particle of salt get into the space between the particles of water. Next, particles of matter are continuously moving. So here an activity: take some water in a beaker and put a drop of blue or red ink slowly along the sides of the beaker. Level it, leave it undisturbed for few hours. The ink spreads evenly throughout the water due to the movement of the particles of water and ink. The intermixing of two or more different types of matter on their own is called diffusion. So here in this diagram, if you in a beaker which consists of water, if you pour a few drops of blue or red ink, you will see the intermixing of particles of water and the particles of the ink. So here it's clear that the particles of water is continuously moving. That's why it could spread or scattered the particles of ink which is being poured into it. Next, particles of matter attract each other. Now the activity here for particles of matter attract each other is one of the property of the particles of matter. So if you can take an iron nail, a piece of chalk and a rubber band. Try breaking them by hammer or cutting or stretching it. It is more easier to break the chalk, less easier to break the rubber band, and difficult to break the iron nail. This is because the particles in the iron nail are held together with greater force than in the rubber band or chalk. So here it is easy to break a chalk, then a rubber band, and then an iron. That, that means the forces of attraction between the particles of iron is the strongest, or the force of attraction is the most, where you in the rubber band the force of attraction is moderate, and in piece of chalk it is the least. That's why you can easily break a piece of chalk than an iron nail. States of matter: matter exists in three different states. They are solid, liquid, gas. First of all, we will see properties of solids. So solids have definite shapes and fixed volume. The space between the particle is minimum. The force of attraction between the particles is maximum. The moment of the particle is minimum. They are least compressible. The rate of diffusion is least. So here you can see the properties of solids. You can relate it to the particles of matter, and accordingly you can chalk out the properties of solids. Now properties of liquids. Again here liquids have no definite shape but have fixed volume. Liquids take the shape of the container. The space between the particle is intermediate. The force of attraction between the particle is intermediate. The movement of the particle is intermediate. They are less compressible. Their rate of diffusion is more than solids. Properties of gases. Gases have no definite shape or fixed volume. Gases occupy the whole space of the container. The space between the particles is maximum. The force of attraction between the particles is minimum. The movement of the particles is maximum. They are most compressible. Their rate of diffusion is more than solid and liquids because the intermolecular forces of attraction is least, and the intermolecular space between the particle is maximal. So since the attraction is least and the space is more, they can easily disperse or they can easily spread out or move. Here again you have a diagram of gas, liquid and solid. So gas particles, here you can see they are widely spread because of the intermolecular space is maximum and forces of attraction between the particles, that is intermolecular attraction, is least. So they can easily move. Liquids, the properties is intermediate between gas and solid. So liquids over here you have a moderate intermolecular space and a moderate forces of attraction. So you can see the particles of liquid how they are spread out. Solid, here they are very rigid. The forces of attraction between them is maximum and intermolecular space is least. Therefore, they are quite rigid. Change of state. When a solid is heated, it changes into liquid. When a liquid is heated, it changes into gas. When a gas is cooled, it changes to liquid. When a liquid is cooled, it changes to solid. Example over here, if ice is heated, it changes into water. Water is heated, it changes into steam. If steam is cooled, it changes into water. If water is cooled, it changes into ice. That means the interconversion between solid, liquid and gas is possible. Here we have seen the illustration with the help of ice, water and steam. So you can see the double-sided arrow, that means they are interconvertible. Solid state can go to liquid state and liquid state go to gaseous state. Again, the process can be reversed. This is for ice, water and steam. Here the diagram is shown how the particles arrange themselves in the solid, liquid and gaseous state. Here again you have a diagram of the particles. They are how they are bind together and they cannot move in solid since it's rigid. Liquid, the particles move faster and further apart when the heat is supplied, or, uh, or with the surrounding heat. When you keep ice in a surrounding, there's a heat over there and it get melted and the particles will start moving apart. So on melting, the particles arrangement you can see in water. Ice will melt to give you water, so particle will arrange themselves shown in the diagram. And again, if you supply heat, if you increase the heat, what will happen? Water will turn into steam. That means water will go into a gaseous state, from liquid state to gaseous state, and you can see the arrangement of the gases over there. The gaseous particles will try to move apart because the intermolecular space will become larger and the intermolecular forces of attraction will be least. So they get enough energy to move apart, and the particles arrangement in the boiling water you can see when water gets converted into steam. Now you need to remember for this chapter, remember anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. It exists in the form of 5 basic elements: the Panch Tattva, air, earth, fire, sky and water. For example, chair, bed, river, mountain, dog, tree, building, etc. Thank you children. Have a nice day.